Hey everybody, today I'm here with Jeff DeRose with Vonage, and we are doing a vendor spotlight on them and what they have done here recently in the past couple of years. It seems that everybody's got a misconception of really who they are, but interestingly enough, I wanted to let Jeff kick this off just so you guys are aware of what they're doing.
All right, Mark, we appreciate it. Thanks for having me here. Well, I think the best place to start is really who Vonage is. Like you said, I think there's some misconceptions about Vonage because I think a lot of people remember Vonage as the really old early 2000s home phone provider. You had a little box, you plugged it in, it was voice over internet, voice over IP, and we had the annoying jingle, etc. It's not really who we are anymore. As you can see here on the Vonage innovation journey. Back in 2015, we actually kind of moved completely away from residential. We do have residential clients still, but we don't take on new residential business. So in 2016, that's kind of when our business grade journey started. We acquired a company called Nexmo. That's our CPaaS platform or API platform. And then from there, it was kind of an acquisition based journey. One of the most important acquisitions was New Voice Media. That's our contact center platform. So that was back in 2018. And then in 2019 and 2021, we acquired two different AI companies that make up the Vonage AI suite. So like I said, I mean, we're 100% business grade these days. We manage, operate, own our entire stack on the UC, CC, and CPaaS platform.
Great. And so that it looks like right around 2018, you guys actually got into the UCAS solution over there. And recently, it looks like also you guys are getting into more of a kind of a hosted cloud solution too as well. Something kind of to where the companies that normally are out there, the businesses, the enterprises, they don't have to host an asterisk server anymore. And it seems like what everybody is looking to do is try to get away from that model of hosting it at their office and get everything to where it's unified into one cloud. Can you tell us a little bit more about that particular instance of what's going on with that kind of hosted solution? Because I really feel that the people that's watching this right now is actually looking for that type of solution. And that's what I want them to engage with us with.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like you said, 2015, 2016 is when we really went business grade in the cloud phone solution space. And then 2018 is when the contact center solution came on board. But yeah, everything we do is cloud based. So like you said, a lot of companies these days are moving away from the on-prem phone systems. Few reasons for that. One of the main ones being less points of failure. There's no longer that server sitting in the back room that can go out and take your entire operation down. So everything we do, like I said, is cloud based, whether it's UCaaS, CCaaS. But yeah, that's kind of where the industry overall is moving.
So let me give for an example. Do I need to be on a specific internet provider to utilize your phone systems?
No, not at all. As long as you've got a strong internet connection, our phones will operate over it, no problem.
Excellent. And how many would you say points throughout the country that I would be able to have access with? Like, let's say if I was in Florida, where would be around the closest kind of centralized phone cloud portion of Vonage?
So we've got pops all across the country, but also all across the world. So it really doesn't matter where you're at. Very few hops between data centers with us.
So I could be an actual international company and buy your services, right?
Absolutely. So Vonage is full global. We've got 40 different countries that we can provide DID service in. Yeah, absolutely. We're a global company.
Also, what I also see a lot of people doing these days is also integrating a lot of Microsoft Teams, or even a lot of live chat type of features that run the company to where they're doing online meetings. How can Vonage integrate, like, let's say, with a Teams of a company that might have 1,500 users throughout the world?
So funny you asked that. So Teams is actually something I'm pretty passionate about. I think we are one of the best Teams integrators on the market. We can get to Teams 4 different ways today, and probably 5 different ways come mid next year latest. So for our standard direct routing offering, any client out there that has an E5 license or E5 licenses in in their organization. We can integrate with no problem. They can live and breathe in Teams, make calls, take calls. The beauty of that is Teams goes down. When Teams goes down, you can actually spin up the Vonage application and make calls and take calls until Teams is back up. In addition to our standard direct routing offering, we have a little bit of a lighter version that actually allows our clients to integrate with an E1 or an E3 license. It's called VBC Voice for Teams. We do have an enterprise play for Teams as well for those large, 5 to 10,000 user operations that are looking to maybe oversubscribe Teams licenses, things like that. And then we have a contact center integration with Teams, which is excellent. It actually allows for bidirectional presence sync. So your contact center users can actually see the live presence of your UC users that aren't necessarily on that contact center platform. And then next year, we're hoping to have Operator Connect live by mid-year.
Excellent. Yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's what a lot of people are asking about. Is they're like, well, how do I integrate my Teams with my phone system? And that's been a big hurdle. And I think that since and that's what I heard is what Vonage does is that's one of their sweet spots is that they'll be able to come in and integrate the Teams, completely with the company and outside. So what that means for the viewers here is that you could be actually on a chat, you could be on a voice chat, and you want to call somebody into that chat, you could call directly from your meeting that you're currently having. So, I mean, I don't know how many people really utilize that and know about that because, it's becoming to where it's, let's say we're having a discussion here. I wish we were on Teams to kind of show the example. And then we're talking about somebody. All of a sudden, I just dial their number directly into the meeting, and then it'll call them directly on the cell phone. We can patch them right in. So that's a really nice feature, man. I really appreciate that. And anything new with the company too, as far as growth or what direction they're headed in, especially with the whole AI addition to everything.
Absolutely. So AI is one of our biggest initiatives right now. So we've got an entire AI suite. We can, set up demos very easily for anybody that's interested in taking a look at it. But the AI suite is awesome. We can do some really customizable things. One of our coolest AI features is conversational analyzer for our contact center, where you can actually go into it, search by keyword and phrase, and really pinpoint where in that conversation something was said. So lots of cool new stuff with AI going, constantly developing stuff on the AI side.
That's great. So what you're basically telling me is that with using AI, I could actually record our conversation and then do a search index and actually pull up when you told me about AI or Teams,
Yep.
and it'll explain right there.
It'll pull it right out of the conversation and show you
Oh
where in the
wow!
recording. Absolutely.
It
Yeah. So as you can see on the website here, you can go to our products. You can see anything from unified communications that we already spoke about, contact centers. There's a whole page for our AI suite right here, AI acceleration suite. And then under solutions, you can see some of the industries that we're a great fit for, especially healthcare and finance. Here's our AI tab on the webpage. See everything for our AI suite that we've got going on right now. And like I said
oh
earlier, we're
nice.
constantly coming out with new stuff on the AI side of the house.
Let me. Yeah, man. I think what a lot of people are going to want to do is when can they start having people, when they call in and they're talking to somebody, they don't even know they're talking to somebody. And that's been the biggest thing, man. That's the big rave question there. Is that something you guys do as well?
Absolutely. So one of the cool parts about AI, right, is you can actually cut down significantly on your overall man hours in your contact center. So we can customize IVRs. It's pretty crazy what we can do these days with AI.
Interesting. Interesting. I really appreciate it. So, Jeff, we are getting into our 10-minute mark here. And I wanted to thank you very much for, being online with us here to explain a little bit more about Vonage. And if there anything else you'd like to bring up here?
Really, the only other things are just kind of the integrations that we've talked about in the past, obviously, Mark. So Salesforce integration, that's our bread and butter here when it comes to contact center. So our contact center platform was actually designed for Salesforce. So like I said, it's our bread and butter. We're the number one app in the Salesforce app exchange. And then I would just say, really, if you've got clients that are looking for any integrations, whether it's EHR platforms, fintech integrations, things like that, we're a great fit. We've got integrations pretty much across the board. So great fit for any integrations out there.
Perfect. Well, Jeff, I'd like to thank you again for being on our live podcast here, and wanted to let the audience know that if they have any more questions on Vonage, or maybe help you make an introduction to some of the people that we come across to, we would love to be able to facilitate that. So if anybody does have any questions and looking for a provider like Vonage, please reach out to somebody here at Infrastructure Guides, and we'd be glad to hold your hand through the entire process. And then I would like to say thanks everybody for watching. Talk to you later.